Let's test out Metal Cooler. Metal Cooler Army, to be precise. This guy's the newest release. Let's see how good or not good he is at 55%. I'm going to say he's probably going to be pretty good, but we'll see. Terrifying Conquerors. Power absorption, 200% HP, 170% stats, extra stats plus 50 to those who also belong to movie bosses. There's artificial life forms. Target Goku. For the super attack, greatly raise attack for 1 turn, cause immense damage to the enemy, raises extreme class allies defense by 6% for 2 turns. For the passive, activates entrance animation when there are 3 or more movie boss or wicked bloodline category allies on the team upon the character's entry. 1 turn activation, but he gets it permanently, launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a high chance of becoming a super. 1 time permanent activation, key +1, damage reduction 20%. 1 turn only activation, damage reduction plus 20%. Per movie boss or wicked bloodline category ally on the team, depending on which category has more members, attack and defense plus 100% up to 500. Chance to crit, chance to dodge, and damage reduction plus 10% up to 50. Meaning you need to have 5 of these total to get the full effect of the passive. 1 or more AGL key spheres obtained, dodge plus 25. 1 or more tech key spheres obtained, launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super. Attacked enemies attack and defense minus 25% for 2 turns, and seals the attacked enemy's super attack for 2 turns. 1 or more int key spheres obtained, survives KO attacks up to once within a turn. Recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn. 1 or more STR key spheres obtained, extreme class allies, stats plus 50%. 1 or more physical key spheres obtained, recovers 5% of the damage dealt as HP. So it's like a leech effect. The more HP remaining, attack and defense up to 200%. For every attack received or avoided, attack and defense plus 30% up to 150, attack and defense plus 5% up to 25 for allies whose name includes Cooler, Armored Squad excluded, plus an additional attack and defense plus 5% up to 25% if their name also includes Metal Cooler. So meaning you're going to be giving Metal Cooler characters up to 50% support from this. Starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, launches an additional super attack. When the character is the first character in a turn, at the start of the turn, starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, or starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle straight up, call in reinforcements. That is where you then trigger the rage mechanic. This guy's active skill can be activated when HP is 50% or less, starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, fully recovers HP, key +1, attack and defense plus 30% in battle. Then looking at the Metal Cooler Army reinforcements version, this guy greatly raises attack temporarily, causes destructive damage to the enemy. By the way, you can be in this form from, it doesn't say here, but you can be in this form from either 2 up to 4 turns. Key +3, guaranteed crit, stuns all enemies, attack plus 600% permanently at the start of each turn. This does not mean the regular form. This is just the rage form. You will permanently gain 600% each. So if you go up to 4 turns, that's 2400% attack with a guaranteed crit, which is pretty cool. Now, in terms of how to build the character, that's the thing. That's the problem, because you are so severely restricted on bringing these characters. The more Wicked Bloodline and movie boss characters you have, the less scary he's going to be defensively. Outside of slot 1 or turn 1, I wouldn't personally want this guy to be a slot 1. I would actually prefer him to be a slot 2, or more appropriately a slot 3, because he's kind of a nice support rear guard / extra damaging character who can do a bunch of different things. If your dodge doesn't feel strong enough, you can give him extra dodge. If you want to boost up your other characters, you can give him some team support. You can survive KO attacks, giving him a little bit more of a rear guard sort of feel while also healing. You can even just maximize his damage and create a leeching effect with the physical orbs. But in general, I don't consider this guy a slot 1. He also doesn't gain defense on a super attack. So because Wicked Bloodline and movie bosses at the moment are pretty weak overall, I am probably going to lean towards additional with the rest going into dodge. I don't need critical, but I want to put more additional so that we can give that extra defense to the other characters on the team. And I'm probably going to be pushing this guy more so into slot 3, especially considering in order to get his reinforcements going, you have to end, like if you get him on the first turn on turn 1 of the fight, you would have to put him in slot 3, float him off for 3 turns. When he comes back turn 4, he will appear in slot 1, and then he will do this. So while he's on his way out, I would like to give him some extra additional to help the rest of the team while he's gone. And then also we can make the most out of the damage when he goes rage mode. That's my early thought. I could change my mind over the course of the video, but this is my early thought. So check the pinned comment for the follow-up. But I just think with max conditions here, you've got what, 50% chance to dodge, 75%. That's good enough for me. He's not meant to be my slot 1, so I don't care. So this is our squad. Let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to begin with the usual. Divine Wrath, Mortal Will, and then we'll take on a bunch of other events. Let's fix the rotations a little bit. All right, we got it. Let's go. Intro time, right?
Now, I wonder if you still have enough power left to stand against 1,000 of us.
Man, you ruined the song. Man. Okay, this is a cool song too, but still. All right. So we're gonna float him off. Oh man, we're gonna float him off. Okay, well, don't do too much damage, guys, please. I don't know, do this. Do this. I don't want to pick up STR orbs because that's going to help everybody. I'm going to pick up this so that we can heal. All right, so let's do this. That is very depressing. Did we seriously just take 28,000 damage from this guy with Frieza? I thought Frieza's supposed to be a better slot one. What? Am I using the Ego Frieza build or am I using the Instinct one? Uh-oh. All right, take it easy. Take it easy. Easy. Uh-oh. Garlic Jr. actually might cook a little too much. Don't kill. Stop! Oh no! All right, here the ew. 7 million attack stat. Ew. 4.6 million damage. Okay. 7.5 million attack stat on the second super. It was 6.9 first, then it's 7.5 on the second. 2.6 million damage, no crit. Third attack is up. 2 million on a slap. We didn't even kill. Oh wow. Now, in all fairness, I don't think I gave him a fair shot there because I didn't exactly give him the best links. But then again, that's sort of another issue with Metal Cooler. He does lack a lot of the links that you would want with a movie boss team. Auto regeneration is strictly a Metal Cooler thing. Strongest clan in space, it's a Frieza thing. There's for Conquest, somewhat limited, you know? So all of these links collectively is going to make for a very difficult time getting those links. These two share Big Bad Boss, which is good. So we definitely want that, but in order to get Big Bad Boss, you have to have a higher link level, because otherwise it triggers at 80%. So for this turn, I'm gonna go ahead and just put him in slot 1. Let's see how much damage we take straight up. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the support too. Let's support everybody. Let's do that, and then let's do that, and then let's do that. Let's see how much damage we take here. Well, he dodged both. 14.3 million attack stat, looking much better now. 5 million damage. Okay, so maybe we didn't give him a fair shake on that first run. All right, let's go ahead and skip. Oh, you know what? No. We should show off King Cold this turn. The banner unit. I don't know, he's going to have much to show off here, but he greatly raises defense. He lowers the attack and defense. Attack and defense plus 250, launches an additional attack. That has a great chance of becoming a super per Wicked Bloodline or Terrifying Conqueror. He gets more stats. He gets more crit, dodge, and damage reduction. When all allies are Wicked Bloodline or Terrifying Conquerors, he provides stats for multiple turns. Attack plus 250. When fighting a good guy, he gets more power. When attacking with 12, he gets more power. When receiving a super attack, he gets extra defense permanently, and then he also gets 30% dodge. And he can resist weapon-based supers, physical super attacks with 50% damage reduction temporarily. And he can disrupt when the enemy is attacked down or HP is 60% or less, which can actually be very useful. So here, actually, wait, do we have a full Terrifying Conqueror rotation? I think we do. Because Garlic Majunya is a Terrifying Conqueror. Yeah, all right. I don't know, let's put him in slot 1, I guess. Let's do this. And then let's do this. We're just sort of goofing around here. I don't really care. And we'll do that. King Cold, my boy. What can you do for me? Nice dodges. Nice dodges. 36 million attack. Now, in all fairness, I do have him at 97% hit potential, so don't take that as like, oh, King Cold is better than Metal Cooler. He's at 97%. I didn't give him any hit potential points. I just gave him those stats. All right, now let's skip. Here it is. All right. He showed up on the first turn in slot, or the fourth turn in slot 1. So now the boys have joined. The squad is here. Down in front. I can't see. Oh, nothing changes when you switch. That's funny. All right. So let's see how many turns this goes. I think we should actually go after the Rosé too. I'm going to spend the first turn going after Zamasu. So let's do that. Let's do that. That's so weird. Whoa. Let's do that. Bro, that is crazy looking. 13 million attack stat. Oh, that's gonna be diabolical in a couple of turns. He's getting full 600% extra attack next turn. Ooh wee. 1300.
Come outside. We won't hurt you.
All right, we are at risk of losing this after this turn because it lasts between 2 and 6 or 2 and 4. So I'm gonna start going after. Oh wait, no, I can't. I think if we kill, giant form ends, right? No, we can't do that. We got to stay on Zamasu. No, that sucks. That sucks. All right, let's do that, and let's do that. Huh? 1300 again? What? Shouldn't it be higher? Huh? What is Am I dumb? Am I missing something? No! It's a permanent stat buff. Man, what you doing? Look at this. At the start of each turn, permanently attack plus 600%. Ooh, what? Is there a bug? There's got to be a bug, right? That ain't right. That's not cool. Okay, so for this turn, I'm going to give him some dodge, put him in the slot. Well, actually, we'll have him go after you. And then I'm going to have you do that. And then we're going to get an extra stat buff courtesy of this. I think so far, might be a little too early to say this, but I think I like him more as a slot 3. 16.5 million attack stat now. $17.9 million attack stat. $10 million damage, no crit. 19.4 million attack stat. Did we seriously just fail 3 50% plus crits in a row? Actually, that's not that crazy. Yeah, there's got to be some sort of a bug. Maybe it's because, yeah, the turns don't go by in giant form. So maybe because of that, the stat changes don't occur. Because no other giant form character actually has something like that. So that's got to be an issue. I'm sure they'll fix it. Because that should have gone up. right, so now that it's turn 4, both of our coolers are getting additional combo power. So there is that. So it's kind of, what I like about him is that he's sort of unique, similar to the Demigra. Demigra, when you first use Demigra, he has to be positioned deliberately in a certain spot so that when he comes back, his abilities will start to proc. Same with Cooler. You start by positioning him in slot 3 on turn 1 to get him off the rotation so that he shows up again on turn 4 so that he can begin his giant form. Once he does that, he's off to the races as an additional machine, sort of.
Kakarot and Vegeta have fused together to win.
Okay. Sort of talked over his yapping, but that's okay. How are you not dead? Seriously? All right, King Cold, take him out. What is he? Take him to church. King Cold. Doing his best Budokai Tenkaichi 2 imitation. 23.2 million. This is not a 55% for King Cold. He has 97% hit potential, but I didn't give him any actual hit potential abilities. We still didn't kill this fool. But we did disable enemy action. Ooh, look at that dodge. All right, King Cold. Okay. All right, I'm skipping. This is boring. Oh, we get to do it again. The other guy. Bye. I forgot we can do this twice. All right, let's get him. Jump his ass. $13 million. It's so funny watching enemies fight a group of metal coolers because they just all get their asses kicked in unison. That's so funny. That's too funny, man. This number should be... Huh? This one went up. 24 million. What the heck? The last one didn't go up. This one did. 24.1 million attack stat. That is very weird. But that is very... No! We failed both giant forms going further than 2 turns. Come on. All right, but we got somewhere. So just imagine that, but even more turns, right? That's pretty cool. We have revived this turn. I don't really care. Let's go ahead and pick up... Let's pick up this. We're going to pick up the physical key sphere so we can get some leeching powers. Let's see what that gives us. Let's do this. And then let's do that. The only unfortunate thing about this team is I have to keep track of which orb to give this guy and which orbs this guy has picked up. Because this Garlic Jr. only has a 1-turn benefit from certain orbs, which is incredibly annoying. All right. Pretty sure Metal Cooler is just going to kill him. Let's see. 21.3 million attack stat. $9.6 damage, no crit. 23 million attack stat. $15 million on a slap, 4 million on a slap. 24.9 million attack stat. We did 15 million damage on a crit, sorry, on the second super, and then we did 4 million on a slap, on a critical slap. Now we're at 25 million attack stat. We did 11 million damage. All right, some more promising damage there, and the fact that we picked up a physical orb, no less, we did a bunch of attacks and we gained a bunch of health back. So that's some nice regen, while also giving the team now 18% defense for 2 turns. Combine that with this guy giving defense for multiple turns. That is pretty good. All right, so let's keep these two together, and we're just gonna do the exact same thing. This time around, we should probably give him AGL orbs, huh? In this particular situation, we have 70% chance to dodge. We have 50% chance to dodge. So we're gonna have 75% chance to dodge if I put him in the slot 1 with AGL key spheres. Which, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. An attack redirection would make more sense, but we want to stress test a little bit. Let me activate this. Let me do this.
I will drain every bit of that off-the-charts life force you super saiyans possess. I have become even stronger than before.
All right, we are becoming the ultimate life form with this music. All right, let's put him in slot 1. Let's give him the AGL key spheres. 75% chance to dodge. He's given himself 30% extra stats permanently for the battle. Let's see if we can get through this. Let's do that. Let's do that. Dodge, buddy. 50% damage reduction. Nice. Nice. 16.6 million attack stat. We got 3 links active, none of which are big bad balls. 7.8 million damage on a crit. Second attack is a 2 million slap. Second super, 18.1 million attack stat. $4.5 no crit. 19 million attack stat, I think. Missed it. This is our third super. 5 million on a non-crit. We are getting very unlucky with those non-crits. And we dodged. I think I actually wanted to get hit by that. But the good news is everybody on this turn, the rest of these guys, they just got 36% extra defense. So imagine that with Frieza's target focus, right? You're having Cooler in slot 1, giving all that extra defense to Frieza in slot 3, who just becomes a target for all those attacks. That actually works out pretty well. That damage is not so impressive, but it's just sort of like the flow of combat that was pretty nice. All right, let's just do it again. Give me more stats.
I will drain every bit of that off-the-charts life force you super saiyans possess. I have become even stronger than before.
Okay. We're going to put him in slot 1, and we're going to skip the dodging, and instead we're going to give him some more stats. STR orbs gives everyone stats, so let's do that. So he has... Wait, does it help him, or is it just allies? Oh, it helps him too. Yeah. Okay. And we'll do this for Goma, and then we'll do this for Bojack. Bojack is also supporting. He is giving attack and defense plus 30%. All right, let's go. Do we even survive the turn? You gonna hit me? Go on, hit me. He dodged. He still dodged. 29.3 million attack stat. Ooh. Crit him up. 14 million damage on a crit. 31.8 million attack stat on the second super. $15.3 million damage on a crit. Third attack is a slap. 5 million damage on a crit. Fourth attack is a super. That's our third super. 34.3 million attack stat. Now we're talking. $16.2 million damage on a crit. Okay, yeah. So he looks like he could be a really nice slot 2, slot 3. I think I still like him as a slot 3. His damage isn't overly insane, but it's what he's doing for the rest of the team that matters. He just gave them 18% defense. That's big. All right, who gives us more synergy? We have 2 links here. We have 3. Okay, so let's just do this. Physical, int. You know what? Let's pick up int. That way, if we do get smashed by an attack and we survive it, we could maybe just get a little bit more out of the turn. Let's do this. 24 million attack stat. We picked up the purple orb. If we get hit, we will survive no matter what. 6 million damage, no crit. 3 million damage on a crit slap. 1.5 on a slap. No crit. 26 million attack stat on the second super. $12.2 million damage on a crit. Oh, he's not supering. Okay. Oh, he disables enemy action. We might have just... We're about to finesse this boy. We were doing some pretty humble damage, but we still chipped away at him, and we're going to take him out. Cooler again. Man, he needs that. He needs that big bad boss link. I'm telling you. All right, let's do this. I'm trying to lose here. I'm trying to lose. Show me how much damage you take. Get hit. Don't dodge this. No. Mother. 27.7 million attack. Oh yeah, you know what? I should be picking up tech orbs because we could launch an additional attack potentially and give even more defense. All right, well, we won, but hey, this is a mid-event, not that difficult, so not really much to be proud of here, but cool, I guess. You're gonna kill him? All right. 35 million attack stat.
Bob's your uncle.
Let's move on to a different event, shall we? Did I even have to say anything? You knew we were coming here. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. 90% damage reduction, slot 1. He's got 50% chance to dodge, 90% damage reduction. I am not going to pick up an AGL key sphere because that'll make him more dodgy. But I am going to pick up this. Let's see how much he takes with the 50% support. So let's do that. And then he's got 3 links currently with the Goma, which is better. Actually, hold on. 3933. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, we'll just keep Goma here. So let's do this. And let's do that. All right. Go on. Hit me. Don't dodge this, please. Okay. Well, how about turn 2 then? This. Don't you screw this up, man. Don't dodge. 50%. How many 50% are we gonna give? Okay. Try it again. I don't want to pick up. Well, you know what? I'll pick this up. And then I'll do this. And then I'll pick up 1 support right here. Please. Finally, you idiot. 400,000 damage on the first turn with 1 support. 150% support from his kit. So there you go. It's only going to get worse from there. So the reason why I'm showing that is to tell you that he does have utility in the slot 1 situation against this guy, but only once. After that, he is not a slot 1 whatsoever. All right, let's actually try to play this right and win it. So I'm going to give him some extra dodge. I don't want him to get hit. I don't want him to get stunned. That would be painful. So let's do this. And then, okay, so we're going to be giving... Looks like we're going to be giving Garlic Jr. one of these orbs. I want to make sure I keep track of which one it is. So for all of them, he gets damage reduction. Okay, so let me... We're going to pick up STR. Okay, Garlic Jr. picks up STR. All right. Now, if we could possibly swing it, let's see if we can manage to see what the rest of these guys take in terms of damage after this guy gives them defense. How much will Garlic Jr. take with the extra defense? How much would King Cold take with the defense? So this is 12% defense. That's it. Maybe one more? Nope. All right, that's it. You better dodge, homie, because you gonna die. You gonna die. Oh! Ow! Ugh, okay. I'll do that. And then I'll do this. Then I'll do this. All right, give me some dodge. Thank you. Do it again, homie. 75%. Thanks, dumbass. %. Oh, no problem. I'm gonna dodge that every single time, even when you don't want me to. 75%. You want me to dodge? All right. Well, you then. All right, all that extra juicy defense is gonna go very well into the next turn. Next turn, we gotta put Goma slot 1. Yeah, Goma's gotta go slot 1. If he survives this, that will be pretty. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna have these two together. I think people need to see what Bojack is gonna be capable of now that he gets all this extra juicy defense. All that blubber, all that sweet, juicy blubber. He's gonna be looking pretty nice. Watch this. All right, do me a favor, dodge this, please. Thank you. All right. How many supers was that last turn? It was 3, right? So 18%. This guy's gonna give us 20% right about here. So this turn, Bojack is getting a fat load of defense. All right, Bojack. Show him what you get. Strike that from the tape, please. All right, so now let's go ahead and try the Team Bardock Giant Ape Monkey Attack thing. All right, this is actually a pretty cool start because we got the Demonic Power Brothers together, and then we're gonna be benching Metacooler. Huh? Whoa! Oh, that's even better. That's even better. He is not going to be an issue whatsoever. He's gonna be covered, so we coup. Ouch. That is going to hurt. Uh-oh. Probably should go after you. Ah! Oh! Yeah. That's actually great. Wait a second. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's awesome. I could totally do that. Yeah, I'll do it. Just to be safe. Okay, that's actually pretty neat. I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty cool. Let's go after you. Let's not focus on the attack Bardock at all. Dodge, please. Thank you. Dodge, please. Thank you. Yes, good heal. All right, this guy will attack everybody. Why does this feel like World Tournament all of a sudden? Seeing him do that AoE attack. Did anybody else just suddenly feel like we were watching World Tournament? Uh-oh. Dodge, please. Thank you. Dodge, please. I thank you.
This impact.
All right, he gone. Nice. All right, Metal Cooler is in the slot 3. So he will be back on turn 4. We're definitely not going to be killing next turn. Oh, you know what? Actually, I feel like this fight's going to be over before then. And I'm actually pretty confident. But this is the demonic power movie boss setup where we also get to use this domain. Ew. Oh, I could use his active skill. Oh, that's actually great. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna use his active skill. Let's do it. Let's use Frieza's active. Okay. And then we'll go after you. We'll do this. And then we'll do this. We got extra defense from Goma last turn, so you ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, this is my instinct Frieza. Oops. All right. You dead. Get him, Frieza. Woof. Ooh-wee. Yeah, he gone. He gone. Question is, do we clear next turn? I don't think we'll kill everybody, so I think we'll get a chance to see Metal Cooler. Yeah, this is the oh my god, again? 100% accuracy on the Metal Cooler trolling here. That's insane. That is wild. Oh, I brought my instinct one. Okay. Oh, Fasha's dead, so we don't have that problem anymore. Okay. We got to take out Bardock, so let's do that. And then we gonna do this. And then let's give everybody else extra stats. So look at these numbers here. Right? We're about to get more courtesy of this. Oh, wha-bam! And this is the other cooler. So he's got 90% damage reduction this turn as well. Uh-oh. Dodge. Thank you. Nice. 87.8 million attacks. And obviously this is mostly just what Goma is capable of, but definitely Metal Cooler is helping here. And this ultimately, while this is an odd way to sort of wrap up the video, this kind of speaks to what Cooler is ultimately going to be doing for most teams until we get to a better state with Wicked Bloodlines and Movie Boss. He's going to be your point guard. He's going to be setting up your other guys and giving them more stats, giving your team more depth. That's what he's ultimately doing. Because look at how this fight is going overall. We have yet to utilize Metal Cooler to the fullest. We're about to barely get any game time in with him next turn. Look at how much is left. There's not a whole lot here. At the moment, I don't think like the best Metal Cooler teams are equipped to handle the strongest fights out there. But as Wicked Bloodline gets stronger, that will change. I know I'm kind of giving my final thoughts now, but I'll repeat it later. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Mine. The squad's all here. Huh? Oh, I thought he sealed me. Oh, I would have been so mad. All right, you're dead. And then you're dead. And then you're dead. And if you're not dead somehow after this, we'll kill you next turn. $10 million damage on you. He gone. Oh, you know, I just realized if these guys weren't immune to stun, we would have stunned everybody. There wouldn't have been a single attack happening. Oh, that would have been pretty cool. All right, we didn't kill this turn, so here's our second turn. So as we saw earlier, the stats go up. He's going to have about 24 million on his attack when he supers. If we can maybe go one more turn, it would be nice to see if the values go up even further. $24.2 million attack stat. 16 million. Nice, no additionals. Okay. 24.2 million attack stat again. 16 million on the critical. He's dead. I don't think we'll kill. No chance for an additional, actually, because he's tech. So, yeah, we're good. One more turn. No! Every time it's only going 2 turns. Come on. I don't want to use this guy's domain or his active. All right, so this turn, what are we getting? We're getting 3 links. Oh, we're getting the Nightmare link. We don't get this too often. 15%. Okay. Actually, wait. At level 1, though, how much are we getting? 10%. Okay. So we're going to put him in slot 1. We now have 70% damage reduction. So with 70% damage reduction, post revival, post turn 1, not revival, but the little like rage mode thing. What are we going to do? 30.2 million attack stat. The domain doesn't help us in terms of our own stats, but I think it increases the damage dealt on superclass enemies or something like that. All right, we only got 2 supers. 33 million attack stat is our highest here. Okay. Okay. Sadly, this guy didn't get to receive any hits, so he didn't get to pop off. But that's okay. This isn't supposed to be like showcasing everybody. Oh, we don't get to see his fancy walking. All right, and there you go. That is it. I think you're gonna wrap it up there. Metacooler definitely is not a flashy character in terms of raw damage. I feel like that is always the first metric that people use in assessing a character's value. How much does the attack stat go up to? How much damage does he do? This guy is not going to be doing all of that in 55% form. Maybe at 100% he will be doing that. And also when there's a better team surrounding him, he will do that. Also, specifically, when he's got the big bad boss link, that will definitely make a huge difference. What this guy is going to be mainly doing for your team is giving your team more depth. He is giving your rotations more stats. He is giving you the leeching effect for some extra heals. He is giving you rear guard if you pick up the appropriate orb. He's giving you debuffing, combos, dodge. It just depends on the situation that you want to use this character in, but you are very much restricted by the movie boss and Wicked Bloodline situation. So that being said, your options at the moment are pretty limited. By the time you're watching this, maybe, you know, half a year down the road, things could be very different. But for the time that he released, it's not looking too good as far as his teams go. This is probably one of the better teams you're going to be running with him anyway. So as far as how to build him, I am not going to be relying on this guy in the slot 1 outside of maybe 1 turn, his first turn. But at that point, I'm going to want him to just be launching as many attacks to boost up everyone else. I want additionals. I think I still want additionals. I'm going to go max additionals, and then I'm going to put the rest into dodge. At 55% though, honestly, I don't think it matters too much. You could go more dodge. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference because remember, hit a potential dodge calculation is only factored in after the passive dodge has failed. So if you've got 5 hidden potential dodge, but you've got a 75% chance on the passive, then the hit potential dodge will only be factored in the 25% chance that the passive dodge fails. So it's not going to be that much of a bump. So you could maybe go additionals just to give him more consistency there. Also in his giant form, he'll get more mileage out of the additionals. But yeah, I'm going to prioritize max additional, the rest dodge. I'm going to put some more, I guess, attack on his equips just to give him more of a kick. His Max Links Rainbow video will be much more fun, I hope. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Leave in the comments your thoughts on the Metacooler. Is the unit good? Does he not look good at 55%? How would you build the character? What are your overall assessments of the teams that he has to be run on? Movie bosses, Wicked Bloodline, things like that. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know when I see more myself do it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.